Not even a joke, delusional, because I do believe him that he thought that.
Yeah.
He thinks every single girl wants him.
Yeah.
I think Vhan is trying to convince himself and me that he isn't the problem. Like, I think when you are such a liar and like kind of such a piece of shit, you don't actually know what's the truth and what's a lie because you just think whatever you say is the truth. Basically, that was the end of that. Nobody makes literally a single comment about Vhan after that moment.
No.
And now, hopefully, I never will again. Hi everybody, welcome back to Below Deck Experts, a sibling duo YouTube show where we recap current Below Deck seasons. Today we're recapping Below Deck Down Under Season 3, Episode 11, The Shots You Don't Take.
Now I'm trying to remember what I said last time.
So, here's what happened. We just recorded this entire episode.
Yeah.
It was really good.
It was really good.
Upwards of I would say over an hour, almost hour 15.
Mm-hmm.
We had a lot of really funny things we said.
Yep.
And then I went and looked at the phone, and it never recorded. It didn't record 1 second of what we did. So we're back.
We sat here for an hour talking to each other.
For
like
no
crazy
reason.
people. No one does that.
I'm really trying hard not to cry right now or also bang my head against this glass table. But we're doing this for you because we have two options, or three, I guess. We are going to either re-record, we're going to just go live, deal with it, or just skip this week. And we decided that because of you, asshole. Just kidding. No, we don't want to do that to you guys because these episodes have been really good and guys, trust me, there were so many funny things. We talked about SpongeBob like we always do. We talked about Game of Thrones.
We did.
We talked about Tortoises. What else? We talked about the Americas on Peacock. All of that stuff just lost to the ether.
Yeah.
So bear with us. We're probably not going to be as cheerful as we were for the last hour and a half.
So obviously we're recording late in the day, so I will not be able to put this out at midnight, which doesn't matter me saying this because if it's not posted, when you're watching it, it's past midnight. It's going to be late. We
apologize, guys, but you know what? When we said this in our first recording, which we'll stop saying that.
Yeah.
But we are really thankful for you guys with the views last week because there were multiple reasons you did not have to watch because number one, the lighting was bad. Hopefully the lighting's better now.
Yeah.
What was the other thing? I had it in my mind and I just lost it.
The lighting was bad. Oh, and it was late.
Oh, yeah. God, now I'm hiccuping. We are redoing this episode because I was hiccuping the first time. But yeah, it was late and it's usually not. But now we're going to have 2 late episodes in a row. Unless for some reason you can squeak this out.
Maybe. Yeah, depending. We'll see.
You guys, your guess is as good as ours.
I mean, the 50 new people don't know any difference, so. Welcome.
Guys, it's every time we're getting some momentum.
Yeah, we gotta dig deep again. Every time we have a good episode, something bad happens.
So anyway, the way our show works, if you're here for the first time,
our show works.
Because I swear to God, if this is your first time seeing us, we are not in our best light right now. Is we focus on a few main points throughout the show, but we basically just recap what happened. So we also start with a question for each other. I feel like I'm not being genuine and I'm really trying.
It was a tough one. It was a very long episode.
And it was good. And that's what sucks. And I told Lane, it would have been one thing if it was one of those filler episodes.
Yeah.
And then we would have been
if
let's
it was
just
2 episodes from now where we could just be yeah, guys, nothing really happened. We'll see you next week. But this was a pretty big episode.
And you guys were so good to us this last week. We have the most views we've ever had.
Yeah.
The most likes we've ever had. We gained 60 plus subscribers.
Yeah.
It couldn't have been a worse time to not have a recording.
Yeah, because there's been some episodes where I'm I might not even post that.
I
But like that one, this is the one we got to post. So we're back.
So we're really trying, guys. Okay, so the main points we have for today is Johnny leaves. Sad. Vhan gets fired. Happy.
No one knows this but us, but we already said all this. Maybe we'll talk in like past tense. Like earlier I was saying this, and this is what I said earlier. Maybe that'll work. I don't know.
We'll see what happens. This is the first time we've had to redo this.
Yeah, this is new territory.
We literally didn't even have audio of it either.
Nope. Yep. Good.
Let's go ahead and start that now.
Yep.
Because if this doesn't work, then you guys are just getting an audio.
Yep. We're both guilty on that one.
And yeah. So, anyways, the last thing I have is we get 2 new crew members, and as we said the first time, we're basically getting a whole new show.
Yeah.
Because Vhan's gone, and he was the main character in the first 11 episodes. Yeah. And now he's gone. Thank God.
And it was pretty chill for about 3 minutes this episode, and then we went straight into the whole, like, Zarina Laura thing and all the other drama.
Oh, yeah.
They got to start it right back up.
And I also apologize, guys. I've already processed through my emotions surrounding Vhan. I thought I was never going to have to talk about him again.
Oh, that's the worst part.
We're going to have to talk about
him. We have to talk about Vhan again. Oh, if we didn't... Oh, that sucks. Vhan strikes again. He did this.
He did.
He did this.
He did, actually. It's the curse of Vhan.
Oh, my God.
It's the curse of Barbie.
The curse of Barbie. No, we still got something coming from that.
We do.
She is gonna find us.
Maybe she did. She hacked my phone. No, actually, guys, what we really think happened was, I think, the side on the phone where you click it and it makes the screen black, I think that just got hit, and there's really not much more to it.
Yeah, we haven't cried yet.
Well, I'm already here, so if I was going to cry, I would have done it already. So let's get into this. Okay, so my question for you is, nothing's going to happen to poor Nick, right?
No.
Oh, poor Nick.
I don't think so.
Oh, this is like jumping ahead to the end of this episode, basically.
Yeah, but oh, man. Does everybody, every like new crew member or just a new job, I guess, everybody has that where they were like being cool, keeping their head down, and then just did something really stupid.
I mean, also we talked about like he's awkward.
He's super awkward.
He's young too, and like this poor guy's just trying to not fit in, but like do what's right.
Yeah, and just become a part of the crew.
Yes.
And just learn, and then
he's like, I'm gonna do this, and like the guests are gonna think I'm really cool, and they're gonna give us a good tip, and then the crew's gonna like me, and they're gonna be like, yeah, Nick, good job.
Yeah, good job, Nick. You're not a nerd.
You were cool in high school, right?
Man.
You look like you were cool in high school. And then, okay, but also, I didn't realize this until Lane said it. Captain literally told him, don't drink, have fun.
Yeah.
That's what
Two rules.
That's where I'm a little nervous, where it's like, okay, that's the one thing Captain does have on him, where he's like, I literally told you that 5 minutes ago.
Like 5 minutes ago, I told you that.
But I think he's going to be fine.
Yeah.
All right, what do you got for me?
Do you think Captain Jason would ever bring Johnny back on a future charter, and would you want to see him back on a future charter?
So I'm going to go with no as far as Captain Jason bringing him back. I don't think he would be like totally against it, but I think we've seen this before with other crew members where it's like, oh, they did something wrong, they got fired. We have seen some come back. Mm-hmm. But I just don't think Johnny gave us enough where it'd be like, I guess I'm like considering Below Deck the show too. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't think Below Deck would be like, we got to get that guy back on here.
Yeah, because I don't think everyone was like crazy about him. Everyone was just kind of like,
yeah,
kind of like us. Like, we think he's a pretty nice guy, but we don't know why he's in Vhan's corner.
Right. And I told you, I think last week or the week before or whatever, like I wasn't completely happy with the way he handled the Harry situation.
It was a hairy situation. I didn't say that the first time. It was just a really bad joke.
Our jokes were 10 times better in the first one.
Honestly, in the first one, I said a bunch of stuff, and in my head, I'm like, I am going to clip that out.
Well, hey, we're looking at the positive.
Yeah, looking at the positive.
Another positive, our intro was a little bit cleaner.
Yeah, the first one was all over the place.
All over the place.
We brought it back.
Because we had fire. We had the fire in us. And now it's burned out. It's been put out.
Welcome to this shit show. No.
But no, and I as far as me wanting Johnny to come back, like I wouldn't be like, oh my God, he's back if I saw him again, but I also wouldn't be like, yay.
Yeah.
I'd be like, okay, cool. Like
I'd be okay having him back.
Yeah.
You know, he's a cool guy.
I think I felt the same way about Harry, though, and Harry's back, and I do like him now. I think I like Harry more this season than I did the first one.
Yeah, he's a little dramatic back then.
Yeah, and his whole thing with, what's her name? Margot. Was weird.
Yeah.
Which, I guess we could still see what happens with Bree. That could still turn weird.
I always thought Margot was like 35.
Yeah, because it's her name.
Yeah, that's it. That's the ticket.
It's like if your name's like Gertrude and you're 20, like
Gertie, what are you doing?
Bertha. Like, you can't be... This is going to be really bad. I don't care, though. The fire's burnt out in me. It's replaced with cold ice. I don't know if there's other things. I don't know if ice can be anything but cold, but...
It's a fair point.
You're not getting the A team, okay, now. No, you can't be named Bertha and be hot.
No, there's no way. And what do you, like, say you are named Bertha and you are hot, what do you go by? Like, Birdie? Birdie's not bad.
Bert?
Bert.
Bert
What
Nerdy.
up, Bert?
Okay, serious question.
Okay.
Were Bert and Ernie lovers?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, right?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Two best friends don't live with each other and watch TV together at night.
No.
Well, you did.
I thought about me and Braden, but we rarely watch TV together.
Okay. Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into this. So we start out. God damn it, we have to talk about Vhan more. I will be okay. Captain's in the room and Johnny's still freaking out. He puts the shirt
lotion on the skin.
Oh my God. We're being whiny babies. And if you guys want to comment, you guys are whiny babies this week, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
But you're probably just going to say Morgan's a whiny baby and you're not going to say anything bad about Lane, but it's whatever.
But it's whatever.
I'm used to it by now.
Yeah, they really don't say anything bad about me.
Whatever.
Go for it.
So Johnny's punching the cabinet. He slams the door. Captain comes in. Captain's like, don't damage anything. And he eventually like kind of like leaves and basically will leave the boat. Captain's like, we'll put you in a hotel. He says, okay, that's the end of that for now. Vhan's like, I don't know what's going on. Oh my God. He calls Alicia. He's fucking crazy. Like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah,
like,
what a douche.
I'm going to keep saying, I told Lane because I did like an hour ago.
Yeah, that makes the most sense to me to just keep saying that. Sorry. But it's the only way that we can get in between,
Right.
like, pretending like we didn't just have this conversation and trying to think of new shit while our brains
Yes.
are already burnt out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That if he would have just turned over and went back to sleep, I would have been happier than him going deeper, like calling Alicia. Oh my God, he's crazy. What is he talking about? Like, I don't even have any more to say about that. Like, just whatever.
It's just such a douchey thing to do.
He's so douchey.
Like, he was your best friend, but now, after all this, you're calling the girl that he's crazy about.
That's true. That's actually a really good point. Like, that's how quick he can flip on you.
Oh, yeah.
He would have identified Johnny as his best friend and then immediately was like, he's fucking crazy. I don't know what he's doing. Fuck. Like,
It's like, so what are you doing?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. She's like crying.
Yeah. I mean, she feels gutted. Like, it was an honest mistake.
Yeah.
And I was trying to think of like, I made a comment before that I wanted to make sure I didn't forget, but it was about like the whole like him putting his arm around her waist thing. Like,
oh yeah,
you know, we talked about how I would almost believe him if he hadn't done that. And we talked about this last week. He did not think it was a dare. He never said that. So like you can't even say like, oh, I thought you were a dare. I didn't know what you were doing, or I didn't know who you were, whatever. Mm-hmm. He knew exactly what he was doing, and he never even tried to deny that.
Yeah. And later on he says, what does he say? He knew it was her. And he says,
I thought she was just coming in to, I have it written down too.
Yeah, I thought she was just coming in to like talk about what was going on.
Yes.
Or like to get comforted by me.
Yeah.
No.
What? And delusional.
Yeah.
Like,
that's what we were saying.
Yes.
Delusional. Yeah.
Literally, like not even a joke, delusional, because I do believe him that he thought that.
Yeah.
He thinks every single girl wants him. Mm-hmm. So I truly believe he thought Alicia wants me to comfort her.
Yeah.
Whereas any sane person would be like, what are you doing? This is Vhan, not Johnny, turning the light on. But no, he truly believed like, oh, she finally came to her senses and thinks I'm hot.
Yeah.
And wants me.
And that's just kind of what it breaks down to. Like there's no...
And what a shitty friend.
Oh, yeah. Even if you did think those things and they were in the realm of possibility, shitty friend.
Yeah, Johnny's your best friend, and you know how much he likes her.
Yeah.
All around just awful.
Yeah, just...
the worst kind of person, like we've said.
What a piece of shit.
Okay, so we're basically at the next morning. Captain and Lara are talking. They bring Alicia in. Lara, you know, they're giving kind of the overview of what happened with Johnny. And then Lara, I think Alicia then leaves, and then Lara's filling Captain in on like the Vhan background, everything that's been happening with him, how, you know, he's the center of everything. And I'm like, finally they're talking about the fact that he is the infection. Like we said, he is at the center of all of this. Mm-hmm. And then Captain kind of starts investigating. He's talking with everybody, talking to Harry, Zarina, whatever. I think he actually literally talked to every single person.
Yeah, he's got his monocle and his big hat.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. His detective coat.
Huge magnifying glass.
With the monocle? With
the monocle.
Wow, that's that's very magnified.
Doubled up.
Yep.
Does he see anything?
Does he have the dog, the Basset Hound too?
He does.
He's got him on a leash too. Yeah, for sure.
A comically big magnifying glass.
It's raining. Yeah.
It's only raining where he's standing. So much tweed.
He's got his little notepad out. Yeah. So yeah, he talks to everybody. But then, so let's see. Oh, we already talked about, Vhan, I'm waking up with a girl in my bed. I thought she wanted to talk. Why am I always in the middle? And we're like, look in the mirror.
Yeah.
Those people that are like, I hate drama. And then they're part of literally every single piece of drama.
Yeah, I imagine them like rubbing sticks together and being like, I hate fire so much.
That's literally him, like, looking in the mirror. You are not the problem.
You're not there's no way you're the problem.
Don't let anybody tell you you're the problem. If anybody says that, they're the problem. And that's why I say, again, delusional. Like, he truly believes it, I think.
Yeah. I don't think he's lying about much. I think he is just delusional.
I think he's lying, but to himself, he's not.
Yeah.
Like, and even what Adare says it later, and we were
That's
like,
a good better way to say it.
Yeah. I think Vhan is trying to convince himself and me that he isn't the problem. Like, I think when you are such a liar and like kind of such a piece of shit, you don't actually know what's the truth and what's a lie, because you just think whatever you say is the truth.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, and you just rationalize it in your brain any way you can. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what I'm saying, it's like, I don't think he's sitting in his bed like, what am I going to lie about today? It's just natural.
Yeah, right. It's like he's not working hard to be a piece of shit, basically.
It's just natural.
Just comes natural to him.
Oh, man. So, Captain basically has no choice but to fire Johnny. Which we get it, like it sucks, but like we had said at the beginning, he punched the thing, he covered the camera, and I think like my guess is like there is a clause or something when they're on below deck that you can't cover a camera.
Yeah, that it's like a big no-no.
Right, because we never see it. Whenever we see it, it is a big thing.
Yeah. And usually the person gets fired.
Right. Yeah. Like you never see it, like even when they're changing or whatever, and then when they hook up, like you said, they go into the bathroom and there's no cameras in there.
What are you pointing at?
Lane made a joke the first time and it was good and he forgot it.
I forgot it. What did I say?
That's a different show.
Oh, damn, that was a good joke. Now I'm pissed. We got to record this. That was such a good joke.
It was a good joke, I know, and you even missed it the second time.
Damn it.
The curse of Barbie.
Fucking Barbie. I said, yeah, you said that there's no cameras in the bathroom, and I said, yeah, there is, but that's a different show, Below the Porthole. And it was way better the first time. Damn it.
Guys, if you think we're funny now, keep tuned in, because this is about 60% of what we went. This is about, yeah. Oh my
I wasn't
God.
mad until I remembered that joke.
I got mad when I remembered we did the SpongeBob bit, and that's when I got mad.
Yeah.
Because that was a really good
That was like the first thing you said. When we realized we weren't recording, one of the first things she said was the chocolate jokes we were doing.
It was so good because, again, we can't redo it because what had happened was, I took a drink and then I coughed and it sounded like a smoker's cough. I was like, I can't even redo it now. But then, Lane made a joke of like, I forget the first thing you said.
Like, what are you doing, sugar? What do you need, sweetheart?
Chocolates. I remember when they first invented chocolate.
Sweet chocolate. I always hated it.
Okay, I take it back. It's still funny.
I didn't know if I could find that voice again.
I never could, so we didn't lose anything there.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, pause. I gotta check it again.
Yeah, we're not losing that joke twice.
I can't lose that joke twice.
Yeah, now we're gun shy.
So gun shy. We're gonna check it like 5 times throughout this hour. Every 20 minutes. That doesn't equal out to an hour, does it?
No.
I don't even want to do the math.
I don't even know what math I was doing.
I don't either.
I thought 520s went in 100.
Does it?
No. Yeah.
20, 40, 60, 80. It does.
Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that.
Oh, my God. All right. So... Okay, Johnny
425s goes in 100.
I literally don't even know where I was at. 425. Okay, I know where we're at now. Okay, so I can't even take us seriously.
It's fine.
Every time we re-say what we already said, I'm like, well, this is fake and I hate it. Okay, no, for real. So as Johnny's leaving, though, he does say, like, a smart person, like, tries to find the lessons in everything he does. And, like, I thought, like, you can't leave on a better note than that.
No, he left like a champ.
Right. So, like, yeah, I think, he did the best with what he could do. And, it sounded like he's struggled with, like, anger in the past. And, that's all you can do. So.
Yeah, I did kind of respect him for being like, yeah, that was a person I thought I left behind. Now that it came back, I'm embarrassed and I want to get my head right. So
right.
It kind of seemed like even if he wasn't asked to leave, he was going to leave anyways. But he didn't make it like, I was going to leave.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like, what if he, I don't know. That's a good point. Like, chime off in the comments. Do you think Johnny would have left if he didn't get fired? Because I'm going to go with he wouldn't have.
I don't think he would have, now that I think about Alicia.
Yeah.
I think he would have stayed for her, but
I think he would have been like super apologetic. Actually, I don't know, because there's a lot of things that could have happened, right? Like if Johnny didn't get fired and Vhan did, I could see him more likely to stay.
yeah.
But if Vhan was staying, I don't think he would have.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a weird one. If he didn't get fired, what would have happened?
You know what was weird is we only saw him say bye to Alicia, right? Like we didn't really see him say bye to anybody else.
Yeah.
I think the one other thing he could have done was kind of like went to Harry. Because like he could have been like, dude, I'm like really sorry for not backing you up because Vhan's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
That would have been one other thing he could have done that I would have been like, okay, like check like in the good guy box, you know?
Yeah.
But maybe he did and we just didn't see it. That's
Yeah.
also a possibility. All right, so now Captain's calling Vhan to the bridge, and I was like, I don't even want to see this because I was so convinced he was going to talk himself out of getting in trouble.
And they kind of make it seem like Captain keeps asking him up there and Vhan's kind of dodging him.
Really?
It seemed like that. I don't know if in my mind it was that because I like paused it a couple times or something like that happened. But it kind of seemed like they made that happen, even though he texted back almost immediately saying like, on my way, sir.
Yeah. No, I didn't get that vibe, but I just got the vibe of like, I couldn't read Captain Jason. Like I was like, I was like, he's going to get Vhan's side of the story. Vhan's going to play it off so well, like these assholes usually do, which he did try because he was like, acting surprised, like, he made another comment. Oh, like he was just like, what have they been saying about me? Like,
My gosh.
Yeah, golly.
What have they been saying about me?
Yeah,
it's like
so,
you weren't British 2 seconds ago.
Yeah. And then Captain makes a comment like, I'm going to have to make a change. And I was like, yes, go. Because I was like, or I was just waiting. I needed to hear him say the words like, you're fired. Because I was like, make a change, you're demoted. And I was like, no. Like,
I thought that might have happened. And I'm like, this is stupid if this actually happens. Because he's just going to be a bitch and not the bosun.
Yes.
You know?
And Captain knows that.
Yeah.
So. Yes, Captain's like, you are the common denominator. You are the, like, infection. When you have an infection, you cut it out. And I was like, fuck yes. Bye, bitch. He's gone.
If you have an infection and you miss an antibiotic, just take the next one.
Yes. That's the lesson here.
Yes.
I thought you were going to be like, if you have an infection, take a knife and cut it out. That's exactly what a doctor will tell you what to do.
That's what they do anyways.
We give medical advice on this show.
Yes, we do.
Also, legal advice.
Legal, financial. Don't pay taxes. You lose money doing that.
Yeah, anybody could tell you that. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what else we're qualified to give. Acting lessons. I can't tell. I got.
Thought if I kept doing that, something would come, but I got nothing.
Nope. Okay, so then, basically Vhan just says bye to Adare, and this is where I'm like, okay, Adare, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
She hits us with, I think Vhan's trying to convince himself and me that he isn't the problem, and I was like, yes, redeemed.
Yep.
Redeemed.
She really did. She had a make or break moment there. She could have sank with him, and then we hated her for the rest of the season. Or she was just like, yeah.
But do you remember... She found out that he had been like cuddling.
Yeah.
Yeah, we never really got her to approaching him about that. So I think that had part of it to do with it too, you know?
Yeah, I completely forgot about that because if I remember, her response was just kind of like, oh, well, that was fun, I guess.
Right, you know, which we knew she wasn't feeling him anyways.
Yeah. We've been saying it for weeks. She needs a Tyler. That's what I was going to tell you. I forgot to tell you in the last episode.
Okay, well, this is another positive. Here we go.
Who would she love out of everybody in Below Deck? Chase.
He's not really like a country boy.
Yeah, but he's a lot better than Vhan. He's got the tattoos. He's probably got a jacked up truck. He's American.
Yeah, I could see that. Definitely better than Vhan, but I feel like we've had other guys on Below Deck that were like country boys. But I can't remember specifically, but I do think we've had them.
There was one that was a huge shithead on Med.
I'm so bad at remembering like season
It was
to season.
like 2 years before we even started this show. I could not tell you his name.
Yeah.
But if you guys know who I'm talking about with that very vague description, let me know.
Yeah. Another question answering in the comments because we need all we can get this week. Who would Adare date out of anybody that's ever been on Below Deck?
Or anyone famous. Or anyone you know that no one else does.
Just comment all of them.
One
after another, every comment. Let's shoot for 500 comments.
We're obviously kidding.
Because if you're still with us right now, wow.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one.
To us, it feels like you're with us on our 3rd hour. Yeah. And you're not. You've only been here for, maybe 20 minutes?
20 minutes, yeah. We've been here a while. This seat is warm.
Do you want to know something else, too?
We should have switched seats.
That would have been actually a really good idea that you shouldn't have said, because we should have just done it one day.
Frick.
But no, not what I was going to say. About 10 minutes before you showed up here today, I didn't say this the first time. I'm so glad that I saved it for now. Uh-huh. I looked at the seats, and there was cat puke on your seat, and I had to clean it off.
Sweet. Makes my night even better. Sitting in cat puke.
No, the good news is I got it all off. Like, you wouldn't think these chairs clean well. They really do. Like, way better than my carpet does. So that's a positive.
Hey.
Because I would have put a towel down, truly, if I thought, but I'm like, no, I literally got it all. So, I mean, there's silver lining to everything, guys, right?
Yeah.
We lost an episode, but I cleaned the cat puke off of one of the chairs.
But there's no puke on my jeans.
Exactly.
I'd trade that. I would trade puke on my jeans to just keep the first episode.
You know what else I'm sad about? We're not going to be able to talk about Game of Thrones again, because I don't even remember how we got there the first time.
I have no idea.
But Game of Thrones is one of those things I mentioned. Like, if you watch one of our episodes, almost guaranteed there's a Game of Thrones and a SpongeBob reference.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically it. All right, let's get it going. So the next thing we see is them, Captain talks to the whole crew in they have a crew meeting, and he makes the announcement that Vhan's gone, and I made it a point to look at all of their faces, and I looked at Harry's, and Harry's is I'm not happy, but I absolutely am.
Yeah, but my life's a lot better now.
Yes. Let's see. And then, and then Lara has the quote of the episode when in her producer interview, she's like, Captain's decision to let Vhan go is an interesting one. We're all going to miss Johnny a lot.
Yeah.
And I was like, touche, because you had me there for a second. You had me in the first half.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Okay.
You know, she thought of that a day before and had just been running it through her head.
Yep. So yeah, basically that was the end of that. Nobody makes literally a single comment about Vhan after that moment.
No.
And now, hopefully, I never will again.
That was just so real. There was no recreation there.
I'm texting Brad, will you come bring me the remaining wine I have?
I thought you were going to say, can you come in here and shoot me?
Oh, yeah, that too. No, we're too far into this now. Yeah. If I was going to get shot, it was 30 minutes ago. I'm too far into it now. So you guys are going to see Brad here in a second. For all of our new people, they've never seen Brad. A treat for you guys. Okay, so let's see. So now they're going on a crew day out. They're going to go see the tortoises that they saw with guests a couple episodes ago.
Yeah.
They must really love these tortoises.
I would.
They must be the talk of the Seychelles.
I mean, they're pretty sweet. They're 150 years old.
For real.
Yeah.
What do you think is the oldest? What animal on Earth lives to be the oldest?
That's a good shark.
For real? Is that an actual guess?
It's the shark that lives. I think it's not Antarctica, but it's a really cold climate Is it basking shark?
Oh my God, no. Listen to this. The longest living animal currently known is the Adwaita and Adare giant tortoise, which lived to be 255 years old. Oh, look at, here's Brad.
There he is.
We mentioned that I texted you from my computer, so you can come in and say hi if you want.
But put pants
this
on
episode's
first.
completely off the rails
Sure they
because
wanna see me?
yeah, our new viewers might not even know who you
They
are.
might not.
Thanks, babe.
Also, I gotta go deal with the groceries.
Oh yeah, Walmart delivery was like 4 hours late. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Wow. I wish it was Friday.
Full service here.
I should have brought a towel and done the
Oh, you should have. That's a below deck reference.
See?
You should be the chief stew.
Hold on, I would have had to do the whole like.
Okay, back to what's important. This tortoise was
Bye, Brad.
Okay, no, this is actually
Okay.
this
He
is
flipped me off.
255 years old, passed away in 2006. So that tortoise is dead. Rest in peace.
Can't say it like that.
What?
This just made me laugh.
What? It's true.
I don't even know why I found that funny, but it was really funny.
Okay, but no,
Just the way you said it.
we're getting to the best part. Jonathan, a Seychelles giant tortoise, currently believed to be around 190 years old, holds the title for the oldest living land animal.
Oh, land animal.
Oh, okay. Well, now we got to find the longest living. Okay. The Greenland shark.
Greenland shark. Damn it.
Estimated to live for 300 to 500 years, making it the longest lived vertebrae. Bowhead whale can live over 200 years, making it the longest living mammal. The ocean
Greenland shark.
quahog?
Quahog.
Yeah, I would guess that would make sense. Some individuals have been confirmed to be 500 years old. I don't even know what that is. What's an ocean quahog?
I believe it's some sort of boat.
I'm gonna look that up because that's the longest thing. 500 years. Oh, the Greenland shark though. Okay, let's look up. What does a Greenland shark look like?
They look weird.
Oh, they're like an actual shark. I thought it was gonna be like an amoeba.
Yeah. No, they do look weird though, because they
That's-
live super deep. And
Okay.
Their eyes are all weird looking.
Yeah, a 392-year-old Greenland shark in the Arctic Ocean. That's wild.
Right.
Whenever I see like an alligator or a crocodile, I'm like, that's a dinosaur.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
looks so, like.
And like you have to convince me that the one I'm looking at right now wasn't around 3,000
Right.
100 million years
Because they
ago-
look
years
so
ago.
prehistoric.
Yeah.
That's why you should watch the Americas. The Americas.
Amioka. I thought you were Amioka.
I thought you were American. Okay, guys, we'll get back on track because God knows we have to go to bed at some point.
Yeah. It's 8:30.
Okay, so everybody's swimming. They're in like the ocean. Zarina's eating Cheetos. Love that for you, girl. And then that's basically it. Like, no drama because Vhan's gone.
Yeah.
So in the morning, everybody's kind of like getting ready and working. Alicia is late, which is kind of a little bit of foreshadowing.
Zarina also says that she has to poop.
Oh, did she?
I think it was that morning.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Everybody has to poop in the morning.
Not me. I never poop.
That's good, right?
That's good, right? And then I spend an hour once a week.
That's if once a week, it'd be more than an hour.
Yeah, it'd be like an hour and
couple.
15 minutes.
Harry gets
I wouldn't know.
Harry gets invited to the preference sheet meeting.
Yeah.
And he's happy.
And then Captain shuts him down immediately. Harry's like all happy in his interview, and then Captain's like, "Yeah, we're getting a new bosun soon." It's like, "Okay, Dad."
He couldn't even act disappointed. Like, so embarrassing.
Yeah.
So this new charter is a bunch of ladies again. And they want to do rum tasting and a distillery tour, which is like whatever, not what I would choose.
Yeah, we talked about how gross rum was earlier.
Such a good
Gross.
bit. Lost
It was
it.
a good bit. Rum kind of tastes like flat Diet Coke.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if you gave me the choice, like a shot, to do like, because we were talking about like the cheapest like rum you can buy, which I'm pretty sure is Admiral Nelson. I don't know if you can get a cheaper one.
Anything cheaper is going to kill you. There's no way.
So if you have like Admiral Nelson, which is like the bottom of the barrel rum, and then like Skull Vodka, which is like bottom of the barrel vodka, I'd still pick the Admiral Nelson.
Yeah.
So
just because, Skull Vodka is literally just nail polish remover.
It's almost worse because at least nail polish remover, you're going to get drunk AF after like one shot because like Everclear. But the Skull Vodka is not going to get you drunk after one shot, and it sucks.
Yeah, it sucks really bad. And oh, God, yeah. Why did we ever drink that?
I don't know, man. College.
Yeah.
You think you're invincible, you know?
Kind of were.
I mean, you're still alive, so that's true, but...
That was kind of the thought process.
Anyway.
R.I.P.
And then they want to do a mob wife themed dinner, and Zarina is pumped about that. Like, irrationally almost.
Yeah, she loves feeding people like the Russian Russian way or whatever she says.
Yeah, because she even says like Russian mob, and Laura's like, I think it's the Italian mob. Like,
yeah, and she's like, oh, and she's like, is that how Italians sound? And Laura's like, no. It's like, all right, you didn't have to be a bitch.
She's trying her best.
She's being funny.
Okay, but then we get introduced to our two new boys, Nicholas and Nate. Which Nick goes by Nick.
Yeah.
Nate, from Australia, 4 years experience as bosun. Okay, good. Not brand new. 29. Worked for 2 years as a kid's party entertainer.
Oh, that was another good bit
I know. Don't bring it up.
Sorry.
They don't want to hear it, okay? They're going to get mad at us.
Don't get mad at us.
Mostly me. Okay, no. As a kid's party entertainer, there's only so many things. I'm a little annoyed. Like, why didn't you specify what kind of kids party entertainer?
Yeah, I want to know that.
Yeah, were you a clown? That's okay.
Were
pretty
you the weird guy with all the reptiles?
Were you Joe Exotic with the
Joe
tigers?
Exotic that may have gone to our local mall?
Were you dressed as Spider-Man? Were you Mickey Mouse? Were you a magician? An alcoholic magician?
That's a callback.
That makes me think of Uncle Buck. Remember when the clown shows up at their house drunk and he punches him in the face?
Yeah, he does. And then the big pancake.
Oh, the big pancake. Oh, Uncle Buck I love John Candy.
I feel like every parent around that time had to be to their kids like, I just can't make a pancake that big. I don't know how he did it.
But you could now with a Blackstone.
Oh, yeah. You can make a huge one.
We should do that.
We should. That'd be like $2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
there's no reason we can't do that.
And you have to do it with like a snow shovel, which we have.
I have a snow shovel.
Do you though?
It's plastic. I think we'll be okay.
And you bent it and...
Yeah, I break them every now and then.
every winter, whatever.
Whatever. I shovel one time and I break it.
Also, Nate has 2 older sisters, so he'll be good.
Oh, yeah.
And then we had another bit about how I've been bullying Lane for the first 27.
Another good bit. Man, we're good at this.
We're ruining this episode by calling back our own bits.
Yeah.
But no, if you have 2 older sisters, nothing can hurt your feelings.
No.
You're good.
Not a thing.
You have no ego.
Yeah. Yeah, you said that I'd been bullied for 18 years, and I said, try 27.
27, yeah. So a girl can never hurt your feelings because a girl already has done everything that can be done.
Oh, yeah. You lost me for a second, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah, any girl, you are not going to be affected. You don't have an ego because your older sister has completely destroyed it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you're welcome.
Yeah, thanks.
Nicholas, he's from France. Doesn't sound like it.
No.
Literally at all.
No.
And then later he says he's like, I have an English accent. Doesn't even have really an English accent.
No. He has, grew up in...
the U.S.
Yeah. Where is Breaking Bad from? What state?
New Mexico?
New Mexico. He sounds like he's from New Mexico.
Wow, that's specific.
Yeah, I don't know what's telling me that.
Yeah, I don't think if you were to be like, I needed imitate an accent. I feel like in the US there's Valley, which is like California, like, oh my God, yeah. Then there's Chicago, which is like basically how I talk.
Yeah, let's
like,
go get some hot dogs.
Yeah, you like really enunciate things, and I say like, yeah, whatever. And then I guess there's like even northern, there's like Wisconsin kind of Canadian, like a
let's get some beers and some cheese.
Minnesotan.
Kind of the same as the Chicago accent I just did.
Then there's Boston. Khakis.
Khakis.
Yep.
Yeah, there it is. Yep.
Then there's like Alabama, like, hey y'all, like
yeah, and then there's like Louisiana, where it's just like
yes, yep, where you literally
like,
can't understand them.
Yeah.
And then that's basically it, but not New Mexico. That doesn't come to mind. So
I don't know. That's just what hit me.
Poor little Nick has 6 months experience. He cried watching Indiana Jones live, and he was a nerd in high school, okay?
Big old nerd.
So give him a break. He wants to be cool. He's still learning how to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not learning very well, but yeah.
So yeah, then we have a little bit of like Zarina like talking about how she's not clicking with Lara. Like she's like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And it's like, girl, you're not doing anything wrong. Like, and that's sad because it's like just that need, like wanting the approval. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, and Laura's very much like a part of the cool crowd, and it doesn't matter. There's only 2 of them.
Yeah.
Zarina's still not invited.
But with like Brie.
Yeah.
Like that. And I don't get mean girl vibes from Brie.
I don't either. I was expecting to, but I haven't yet.
Right. And I think what sucks, here's what I think kind of sucks. So Lara and Brie are like close. Mm-hmm. Marina and Adare are close.
Yeah.
So I think like Zarina and like, I think she is close with Alicia, but I think it's like weird because she's like, well, I'm her boss.
Yeah.
But like Lara's Brie's boss.
True.
So
yeah.
I don't understand. Yeah, I mean, Zarina wants Lara's approval, which like sucks, but
yeah.
She has like, she could be close with Alicia.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just that weird, again, wanting to be wanting the approval, which we all deal with sometimes. So
yeah.
Sorry, I keep burping. Oh, here's the other thing that happens is Captain has a conversation with Lara about like getting Marina out of laundry and cabins. And we obviously talked about this before, but basically Lara and Captain just have like 2 different like outlooks. Captain wants like crew members to grow and like is like kind of looking like long term. Mm-hmm. And Lara like just wants what's best and most efficient for the charter.
Yeah, she's thinking very internal. He's thinking very externally.
Right, which is like that, and you can't really blame either one of them. Like, ideally, yes, like you should want to like improve these, you know, think long term, right? Like, yeah, like they want to grow, they want to move up in the field or whatever. But I can also see Lara's point of view, right? Because it's like, this is working, why would I change it?
Yeah, she says something like play my best cards right now,
yes,
as opposed to later. Yeah,
which again I get, but at the same time, like, how's Marina ever gonna learn?
Yeah,
if she goes to her next boat and she's like, all I did was laundry.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, you're good at laundry, and then she's,
you know what's another like way Captain could have put it to Lara is like, how did you learn?
Fair.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. That is a very good point.
Yeah.
Because she has no answer to that. She can't be like, well, I, ran around and figured out how to, there's just nothing there.
Somebody gave you a shot.
Yeah, someone gave you a shot.
So, and Marina's like not even green.
No.
That's the other thing too. Like, we've had charters where these third stews.
God. Who was the one that didn't understand laundry?
Was her name Bree too?
It might have been.
The one that
I can see her face.
She had, yeah, me too. She used the thing, and then Ellie got mad.
It was like most of the season, and then
her name,
like,
it was Bree.
Was it Bree?
Because Ellie and her, remember?
Yeah, Ellie and Bree. Yeah.
And then
God, that season sucked.
Was that like just? God. We're so bad at this. That could have been last season.
I think it was 2 seasons ago. It might not have been.
No, it might not have been.
No, Danny was the last season.
Yeah. Okay, it was the last season of regular Below Deck.
Yeah.
With Aisha.
Yeah.
Aisha. Yep. Yep. All right, and then we have, let's see, Lara. Then we, again, more like Lara and Zarina, like, kind of like Lara's trying to tell Zarina how to do her job, and she's like, don't tell me how to do my job. But then we see that again, like, a little bit later. Well, we're basically here, because it's basically dinner.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, go ahead and talk about dinner. We'll just jump there.
Yeah. So they had saffron arancini balls. And let's pretend like we didn't already talk about this. They're basically Asian rice coated in breadcrumbs, but beforehand it's mixed together with milk and chicken broth. And that concoction basically stays moist while it's cooking, and it's supposed to be like delicious, but very difficult to get right.
Who thought of that?
Yeah. Who was like, I'm going to deep fry rice in this stuff and it's going to be good? Who did it?
I'm going to put it all together in a ball and deep fry it. You could do that with anything.
Yeah. That's where we got deep fried Oreos. Someone had the courage to do it.
Deep fried ranch.
That's a thing.
Yeah, I think, okay, is it I think the Minnesota State Fair is known for like all this crazy food. I think it's the Minnesota State Fair. If don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure. But yeah, deep fried ranch. Yeah, it's literally just ranch. It's like a mozzarella stick, but instead of cheese, it's ranch.
It's like, hey, you know that stuff you dip anything fried into? We're going to fry that. We're like, well, then what are we going to do?
Dip it in more ranch.
Yeah.
That's so Midwestern.
It really is. I'm sure that's what they do, actually. Or they dip it in cheese.
Yeah. All right. So we got the balls.
We got the balls. Forgot I was talking about that. I didn't say this earlier, but the writer of the article that I found on these arcini balls or whatever it is.
So arcini, we're just giving up at this point.
Arancini.
Yep,
I was close.
All right.
He was basically like the first paragraph making fun of people that are like, yeah, back in my childhood, I did this. And then the rest of the article, it's him talking about how he ate them as he was a kid.
Yeah.
I'm like,
did you write that?
I might have. Before I got sober.
He made, that's because that's something you would do. Be like, I'm going to make fun of these people, but also I need money, so I'm going to.
But also this is my job, and this is how you do that job, so. They'll get what I'm doing here. I'm not doing anything. And then they had truffle parmesan and tomato mozzarella pasta and lobster and steak.
A lot
of good food.
At first, when they served the pasta, I was like, really? Just pasta? Mm-hmm. And then the lobster and steak came out, and I was like, okay, I get it.
Yeah, and the more I thought about it, even after we stopped talking about this earlier, I want to try really anyone's pasta that's made it homemade.
Oh, for sure.
Because it's all different.
Yeah. The one thing I actually think about this a lot was when I went to Rome by myself. You remember that? Oh, my God.
Yeah, so I was getting ready to become Liam Neeson and an only child.
At the same time.
Yeah, two different ends of the spectrum on that one.
No.
But I got stopped because I didn't know how to get a passport. So I'm like, well, she's shit out of luck. Sorry.
First roadblock, I'm done.
I'm done.
I'm done.
I don't know how Liam did it.
Oh my God, I just had an idea. I'm done. Liam Neeson goes through like 500 roadblocks. You go through one.
He gets shot like 5 times.
No, but I went there and to be honest, I can't even remember how I did any of this stuff because this truly was before like Airbnb experiences or, and I like booked all this stuff on my own, like whatever. I could never now.
Yeah, that was one of the times where I was so confused because it was so out of character for you to like go and do something on your own. Like, and I don't want to say barely planned, but it was very like, I'm going to go to this country this day and maybe do this. Yeah. And I'm like, who are you? It
was back when things were more like cheap. Like truly, like it's so weird to think about. Okay, so this was when I was like, okay, I'm 32 now. It was probably when I was like 22 or 23, like probably like around there.
Out of college, yeah.
I was working a job where I'm not joking. I was making $30,000 a year. Now, granted, I was living at mom and dad's. Like I didn't really have bills besides like maybe like my phone bill or like whatever. Like, so granted, yes, did not have a lot of bills, but I was able to travel to Italy and Greece. And then a separate trip, I went to Paris, London, and Amsterdam.
Yeah.
And it was like totally manageable. Like I did not put myself in debt, like whatever.
Yeah. Well, you stayed in like hostels and stuff, right?
Kind of, yes.
Yeah.
Like when I went to Rome by myself, I stayed in like, it was kind of like a boutique hotel. Like I didn't have to share a room. It was small. It was like a twin bed. You know, I don't think there was a TV in there, but it was a private room. And I'm pretty sure I had a private bathroom. If it wasn't private, I at least had a sink and maybe I had to go, like toilets and showers were down the hall. Anyways, back to the original thing. I went to this pasta making class and I'll never forget, like truly made our own pasta from scratch. And the person doing it was like, okay, what's your favorite type of pasta? And I was the stupid American. I was like, I love Alfredo. And they're like, boom, not Italian. That's very American because you guys use butter and cream and everything. Yep. And like in Italy, they basically use like olive oil and like more natural things. And we're like, put a stick of butter on that bitch and call it a pasta.
Genuinely, that's what my Alfredo sauce is.
Yep.
It's a stick of butter, heavy cream, and
Parmesan.
cheese.
Yep.
Yeah. 3 ingredients.
But no, I've never had better pasta and I made it, which is weird.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, that's but I'm with you. Like if I was on a boat and like someone could make it from scratch, like I wouldn't want it as like my main thing, but I would definitely want it.
Yeah. Give it to me like right before the main course.
Yes.
Or at like midnight.
Whatever, honestly.
Whatever.
As long as I'm still awake.
If I'm on that boat, I don't have much to do.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when it's nighttime. You could like, give me all the seltzers you got.
Give me all of the non-alcoholic seltzers you got and point me to the pasta. They're like, this guy's fucking weird.
This weirdo. Why wouldn't he go to bed? Okay, but then the last part of dinner was Zarina wanted to take this fish up.
Yeah.
And
yeah, we forgot it again. The salt-baked fish.
I didn't forget.
I forgot twice. Whatever. Thought we were in it together.
Didn't forget the first time. Didn't forget the second time.
All right.
But no, that Lara gets like kind of like irrationally angry.
Yeah.
Like she's like, well, the plates aren't finished, and Captain was even standing there.
Yeah, he was holding the fish. like, how
He's
weird
like
would
holding
that
this
be?
giant fish, like.
How
okay.
weird would that be?
He didn't say anything either,
No.
which I thought was weird.
Yeah, the guests were also like right there.
That's true.
So like Laura probably shouldn't have been saying anything. But what a weird encounter to just be like, hey, I got this fucking fish.
He's like in between them both with this giant fish. Like, what am I doing?
Why? How's my life come to this?
Poor Captain's just trying to be like one of the crew, help him out. He's stuck holding Bruce, this giant fish.
That he didn't even get to name.
Nope. Who named it? Zarina?
Yep.
Okay. It ends up being fine. Like, it wasn't even a thing, but
Yeah.
Lara, like is kind of a control freak at times.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I'm sure that's going to play into like some later episodes. And then that's basically it because we already talked about Nick. He hangs with the guests, plays champagne pong with them, is trying to be cool as hard as he can. They give him a shot, he does it, and then Bree's like, why'd you do that, bro? And he's like, I don't know.
Yeah, it almost seemed like... It kind of gave me the vibes of like the guests knew he shouldn't have taken a shot.
Yes.
Yeah.
They were like testing him.
Kinda
almost.
shitty.
Yes, I got that vibe too.
Yeah. Where I'm like, ugh. It just made me feel gross about the guests.
Yes, same.
Yeah.
Maybe they were not fully sure, but maybe they weren't sure for sure.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Because maybe that's not something you tell the guests, because you don't want to bog them down with like, here are the rules for my crew.
That's true, but if they've ever watched an episode of Below Deck,
yeah, and they have.
Right, exactly.
Even if Dad was going on this and like, oh, we're going on a big boat and apparently there's a TV show, he would at least watch an episode. Anyone else wouldn't do that.
Bad example. Don't think he would.
Could have picked anyone else in the world.
But yes, we talked about at the beginning. I don't think anything's gonna happen. He feels really bad, whatever. So we'll see.
Yeah.
So that's basically it. The coming up on is like a lot. We see some Nate and Alicia.
Yeah, they're like laying
together,
head to feet.
No,
together.
he's like touching her thigh.
Yeah. But they're like on opposite ends of it.
Right.
It's a weird thing to do with another person.
Yes, whatever. Bree's crying. No idea why. Could be Harry, could not be.
She could have got poked in the eye.
Exactly. Drama between Lara and Zarina, which we can see coming. And that... Sorry, I keep hiccuping. Maybe it's because I'm drinking a whole bottle of wine.
For you!
Literally, my goal was one glass.
Yep.
And then this night happened. Also, today's workday was sucky.
I had 4 seltzers, if that makes you feel better.
Oh, well, that's not that many for you, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Harry wanting to be lead deckhand, and then we see, like, him, quote-unquote, messing up, which, like, I don't know. Like, I actually think Harry is going to be lead deckhand.
Yeah.
I think they're making it, like, dramatic, so.
Yeah, we didn't even really go into that, and I haven't really thought about it. The new bosun isn't a shithead, so he's probably going to pick a lead deckhand.
Yeah, which Harry would be the clear option because Nick is brand new, and Adare is, like, whatever. She's also somewhat new, so Harry would be the clear option if he doesn't mess up.
Yeah, the only thing... I don't remember exactly how much time Adare had, but she just knows this boat over Nick, basically. Which I know that's not like... neither of them are going to get lead deckhand. It's going to be Harry, but...
Right, yeah. So we'll see. What's our secret word?
Bruce the sea bass. He's not a sea bass. He's a snapper.
He's a big fish.
He's a big motherfucker.
Bruce the big boy.
Big guy.
That's the secret word. Bruce the big boy.
Yeah.
I like it. All right, guys. It feels like you've been with us for 3 hours.
Another good one would be take 2.
Oh God, that's our secret word.
Yeah.
But no, for real. If you're still with us,
thank you.
Thank you. This is not us at our best. But no, thank you guys so much. Like I said, we really appreciate like the love we've gotten in the last week. We've gained so many new subscribers, and we hope you guys will stick around. And if you have questions, we have that Google form. So go to our YouTube page and go to community. It's like community or posts or something. And then it's like the first post in there is our Google form. You can always post comments, or you can always post questions in the comments, but if you want to be anonymous, you can put it in that Google form, and as long as it's appropriate, we will answer it. So, secret word is Bruce the Big Fish.
Yeah.
We have 3 new questions. I don't know if you guys already answered this, but which version of Below Deck would you guys want to go on if you had the opportunity / no budget restrictions?
So, I'm doing Down Under. That's my number 1. And it's really mostly because of Captain Jason. I think he's just a cool guy.
I know.
And, and all the places they've been are really cool. I've liked them the most. And I think I'm going to take Sailing Yacht out of my number 2.
And go with regular?
Yeah.
Or Med?
Med.
Damn. Okay,
Yeah.
no, Med's number 2.
I'm hungry, and then we were talking about pasta.
So hungry.
I want pasta, so that's my number 2. Sorry, Glenn.
I was too angry between our takes to eat, but now I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, here's mine. Down Under's my number 1 for the same reason. I love Captain Jason, but here's another reason I just thought of. If I have no budget restrictions, I bet Down Under's the most expensive. You're probably right. It would be the most expensive for us to get to.
Yeah.
Because it's like, again, Australia.
It's Down Under.
Yeah, New Zealand. The Seychelles is off of South Africa. Like, it's really far for us, and that would be the most expensive. So I agree. I'm going to go with Down Under on number 1. I think I'm going to go with regular number 2, but there's a stipulation to that. If the regular, because I like Captain Carey, but if you're in, like, the Caribbean, I got to replace that with Med.
Okay.
So if Down Under's, or if a regular is in a spot that I like, I'm going. If not, it's going to be Med. I don't hate Captain Sandy. I just think she's been a little bit beat out by Carrie and Jason lately.
Yeah.
But I love Med because I said this earlier. I would love to visit like the tiny little Greece towns, the tiny little Italian towns. Like, I would, yeah, like food wise.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I might be with you. I might want to put med second.
Yeah.
But I also would love the idea of sailing on sailing yacht.
Yeah.
If Gary wasn't there.
Yeah. That fucking guy. But then we also run the risk of what if the chef isn't good?
Yeah, we have no control over that.
It's true.
Ben, I'm going anywhere Ben goes.
Yeah. He's going to get it done.
Oh, I can't wait. That leads into our next question. Do you think Daisy will thrive in the new Below Deck Down Under without Gary? I think she really will.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, we're so excited. We love Chef Ben. I'm so excited to see Ben again. I think it's going to be such a throwback to like what I believe Below Deck started as.
Yeah.
And I know that might sound like old school, whatever, but
Back in my day.
But
Below Deck was on a television, not a phone.
But I swear, I loved Ben. I know he was problematic at times, but I don't know. I just loved it. I loved that kind of drama because to me that was like so harmless, if that makes sense. Like,
yeah,
a chief stew and a chef arguing. Here's what I can compare it to. It was like back in the day when like politicians could debate each other and then go out to lunch.
Yeah.
Whereas nowadays that's not a thing.
No.
That's how I view like kind of Below Deck now, where it's like you guys can argue and then you hate each other and there's drama on the nights out. But back in the day, fucking Hannah and Ben would argue on Charter and then be best friends on the nights out.
Yeah, and it wouldn't be as like knockdown drag out.
Yes.
It was more like we're both very qualified. We're arguing about something on like this level.
Yes.
Rather than like now they argue about like you're a piece of shit. I hate you. Never talk to me again.
Yes. That is actually the exact great like comparison I can make where it's like it was almost a more mature level where it's like we can disagree, we can argue, we can fight, we can debate. But it's not personal. Yeah. And now everything's personal.
Yeah, we're debating about like the times the food comes out and whether or not it has chives, as in like now. It's just like, fuck you, I hate you, die.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I love that. And I think Daisy and Ben will have arguments, but it'll hopefully be
the fun kind.
Yeah. So we'll see. And then the last thing somebody had commented, this was really good. I liked it. Not a question, but an observation. Zarina is so desperate for Lara's friendship, but I would have to say it wouldn't be genuine, and it wouldn't. She wouldn't be a true like got your back kind of friend. I feel for Zarina. I once craved other people's friendship until I finally realized that if I had to beg for someone's friendship, it's not one worth having. Mm-hmm. And I think that's really nice. And we kind of talked about that earlier. Like, you're lucky in life if you do find those friends. Yeah. But I do feel for people that have never found that kind of friendship because I do feel for Zarina because it's like, I think she can see the potential. It's kind of like, this is going to sound so bad, but it's kind of like an abusive relationship where you're like, oh, I can see us being great. Like, I can see us being great friends. I have this idea, but it's like not going to happen because that person isn't who you think they are.
Yeah, you're the only one working towards the thing that only you want.
Right.
And you're making all the sacrifices, and this person is just kind of...
Right. They don't want what you want.
Yeah.
So I feel for her. Like, I don't blame her. I said this earlier. Like, I think she'll look back on this and be like, yeah, that friendship's not worth like what I was putting into it. And I want her to find those friends. Like, 'cause we said, like, we both have friends like that where I don't have to worry about that. No. Like, but not everybody finds that. And that's like a true thing. Like, I've known really great people who don't ever find a friendship like that, and I feel for them because they are good people. It's just somewhat luck, to be honest.
Yeah.
So, all right. I swear to God, if this didn't record, that I'm gonna go walk off a bridge. So if you're seeing this, that means I didn't walk off a bridge, and that this
or
did
it's
record.
Unrelated.
Or if I did walk off a bridge, it's unrelated. And
that's a promise.
Okay, guys. I I hope you know how much we love you.
Yes, we did this for you.
If we didn't love you as much, I'd be sleeping right now. So, love you guys. Thank you so much for the love, and we will see you next week.
We'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye. Forgive me that it's coming out late.